Genflex's latest attempt at a Chris Hemsworth-like extraction mixed with a little bit of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow was, to say the least, underwhelming. I don't like to talk bad about the artistic vision of certain producers, directors, studios. I think that in any work, there's something good to be said. And in this, if I could say one thing that can be said about it, is that the action is okay at times.
Okay.
For the most part, though, it's way overdone. And we've seen better movies that have done this exact thing in a much higher caliber, in a much more sharp execution, if you will. I understand what Jennifer Lopez was going for. I think she was the producer in this movie, and maybe if she would have casted someone else in this role, would have probably been a little bit better. The whole time I didn't believe her. She did a fine job in acting. I just didn't believe her. And the plot and storyline was very generic. Like I said, I could mix in Taken and just like mesh these three movies, and that's what Mother is. It's definitely a streaming movie. That's why it debuted it on Netflix and not in a theater. If it was in a theater, it would have been a complete bomb. I don't think people would have went out to gone and seen this movie. But for being a free movie, just with my subscription to Netflix, it is enjoyable. And I'll leave it at that. That if you just tune your mind off and just accept that there's going to be generic action, generic dialogue, just the whole thing just feels super generic, and installing, well-known actors and actresses in this movie, and you could have a good time. Now, if you're going into this with some nuance in a review or a critic eye, then you're gonna be just disappointed in every single level. Marvel would be in awe of the cutscenes in this movie. The first 30 minutes of this movie, I felt dizzy, nauseous, and not like, playing on my words. No, I literally felt nauseous with how much cutting and focusing and going back and forth. It was just nauseating. And it's like that throughout the whole movie, and especially in the action or fight scenes. Just way too much. And I get it. We're dealing with Jennifer Lopez. She's an older actress. She can't do a lot of those stunts, a lot of those moves. So the same way when you had Scarlett Johansson, even though she is younger, they use obviously a stunt double, and it's noticeable. Again, without dwelling too much in the bad, like I said, if you just want to tune your mind off and enjoy a mindless action flick with a female lead, then you might enjoy this one. But for me, this movie gets a C-. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And like always, that's a wrap.